From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is Wake Up Weather.
Good Friday morning to you. I'm Kelly Rawson here in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. We have made it to Friday. The weekend is in sight. We are live at 6 a.m. and I will have everything you need to know about your weekend forecast as well as the week ahead. Now, the weekend forecast does include some thunderstorm chances, maybe a stronger storm or two. We'll talk about everything that you can expect from potential and as well as timing of those thunderstorms on Saturday. We will go over all of that as well as some weekend events tagged on to the end of this live weather update. So be sure to stick around through the entire live show this Friday morning. Starting off on a warm note. Once again, temperatures anywhere from the mid 50s to lower 60s. Pulaski, I'm a little suspicious of your 48 degrees this morning. Everybody else well into the 50s and even into the 60s this morning. So another comfortable morning. Like I've been saying the last several mornings, if you needed a jacket, you will need one again this morning, but a lot of folks probably get away without a jacket this morning. Temperatures, again, comfortable. We will be feeling the heat and humidity by the afternoon. Winds are calm for now. We'll start to see some more gusts by the afternoon, 15 to 20 miles an hour. With those winds still out of the south, they have been keeping us warm all week this afternoon. Certainly going to be no exception to that. All is calm and quiet here in the Tennessee Valley, just dealing with some clouds moving in and out of our area off well to our west. We've had some stronger storms later on overnight and last evening, but we will eventually see that system coming to us here in the Tennessee Valley, but won't be nearly as strong. We will talk about what we can expect here in just a few minutes. But peeking at our Arctic Air Heating and Air Conditioning sky cams, looking at Lawrenceburg. Good morning to you folks here in Lawrence County tuning in. Temperatures in the mid 50s. Dew points very close to the temperature, so we are going to start to feel a little bit more mugginess in the air, especially heading into the rest of this morning and afternoon. Winds right now out of the south blowing at 9 miles an hour, still looking rather overcast. We are going to continue to have the clouds with us, partly to mostly cloudy to start off our morning over into Columbia, Murray County. Temperatures in the lower 60s, dew points in the 50s, a wind out of the southeast blowing about 7 miles an hour on this Friday morning. Again, not much sunshine for today, but we will see some peaks of sunshine just like we have been over the last few days. The clouds still around for a large part of the day. We see a partly to mostly cloudy skies starting off in Florence. Winds out of the southeast blowing at 11 miles an hour. So again, winds will start to pick up a little bit heading into the rest of this morning and afternoon. Clouds still around this morning. They will be around the afternoon as well. Speaking of what else will be around this afternoon, maybe just a few pesky showers. Otherwise, staying mostly dry, and the bulk of the rain and storm chances certainly reserved for tomorrow. But for the rest of this afternoon, maybe enough to have you grab the rain gear as you head out the door, but it's a good chance that you actually won't be needing it. You see just how spotty and sporadic those pop-up showers will be later on this afternoon into the early evening. Temperatures so this afternoon will be very warm into the low to mid 80s. So another very warm day, in fact, even a few degrees warmer compared to yesterday afternoon. As advertised, the lower 80s will be here for today. Overnight temperatures get back down into the lower 60s. We will start things off Saturday morning on a mostly cloudy note. A little bit of a breeze out of the south blowing anywhere from about 8 to 12 miles an hour, gusts 15 to 20 miles an hour Saturday morning, but all is dry for the early morning hours. Heading into the afternoon, though, we will start to see showers and storms, pretty much a line of showers and storms to our west. Now, this line of storms is expected to weaken as it moves into the Tennessee Valley. So this is right around lunchtime, 12 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. That's the earliest that we could see those storms knocking on the doorstep of our western counties like Hardin County and Tishomingo County. Now, you'll notice here on Futurecast, this line kind of loses its steam as it continues to push through the Tennessee Valley. 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, moving through the heart of our viewing area, continue to push closer to Interstate 65 by the 2, 3, 4 o'clock hour. Again, kind of just falling apart and losing its steam as it does so. And that's what we are expecting this line of showers and storms to do, weaken as it moves through the Tennessee Valley here in the south. Now, we are going to continue to watch for some brief gusty winds with maybe a portion of the line or two with this storm system for Saturday, but that is pretty much the extent of any sort of strong to severe threat. We'll talk more about threats here in just a moment, but this is what it's looking like. Again, a weakening line of storms that will be falling apart as it pushes through our area, but still heavy rainfall, thunder and lightning, certainly a guarantee for your Saturday. Again, mainly after about the 12 o'clock hour, wrapping up about, well, at least in terms of the main line, pushing through about the 4, 5, 6 o'clock hour to our far southeastern counties, but some lingering rain and thunder for the rest of the evening and overnight. The Storm Prediction Center does still have the Tennessee Valley viewing area, all of our counties in a level 1 out of 5 risk for severe storms for Saturday. Now, this is pretty much just a potential for some gusty to maybe an isolated damaging wind gust for the afternoon of Saturday as that initial line pushes through. Again, not looking like a high-end threat by any means. This is a very low end. In fact, it is a questionable threat because we really just don't have many storm ingredients to work with by the time we get to Saturday afternoon. But that line of storms will still come through. Again, maybe some brief gusty winds, 30 to 40 miles an hour, maybe an isolated gust, 50 to 60 miles an hour, but really just looking like general typical run-of-the-mill thunderstorms. So again, maybe a few stronger storms within the line, so maybe we may get a severe thunderstorm warning out of this by Saturday afternoon. Again, that's mainly going to be for the potential for gusty winds, 30 to 40 miles an hour, looking a little bit more likely than something that would meet severe criteria. But again, we'll be watching the radar as those storms do push through. In terms of any potential tornado threat, that threat is near zero. That is something that we are simply not expecting. We're also not really expecting hail, but with any sort of strong thunderstorms, you could get pea to dime size hail. We'll watch for flooding as well with thunderstorms moving through, some rainfall heavy at times. But again, a lower end type threat for Saturday, so no need to panic, no need to worry. Just know that thunderstorms may get a little noisy and maybe a little bit breezy by the time we get to Saturday afternoon. Heading into Sunday though, maybe some lingering rain and thunder. Otherwise, high pressure tries to sneak in, but doesn't quite do a great job because we will see rain and storms back in the forecast by Monday afternoon as things stay unfortunately unsettled here in the Tennessee Valley. The good news, no severe weather threat expected over the next several days. Again, aside from tomorrow's slight strong storm threat for your Saturday across the region. So here's a breakdown of those rain chances. Again, a really good chance of you seeing rain and storms by Saturday afternoon. Again, will they be strong to severe? That's not looking likely, but then we hold on to some pretty decent rain chances throughout the rest of the weekend and into next week as well. So if you're heading out the door anytime soon, no need for the rain gear this morning. Again, some pop-up showers possible for this afternoon. Otherwise, partly to mostly cloudy and warm for this afternoon. No jacket needed. We're talking temperatures in the lower to mid 80s by this afternoon. You see that here on our hourly graph. Again, maybe a few showers popping up, maybe a rumble of thunder or two this afternoon, but still not looking likely, but enough to have you maybe grab the rain gear as you head out the door between mainly the hours of 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock. There's potential for those showers to move through. And then for the rest of the weekend, again, Saturday looks to be a very gloomy and soggy and stormy day. Maybe a stronger storm or two in the mix. And then don't forget this weekend, we spring forward with our clocks. More on that here in just a moment, but we do stay unsettled, unfortunately, for the rest of the weekend with daily rain and storm chances through at least the middle of next week. But also to note, temperatures in the lower 80s to upper 70s Tuesday and Wednesday, but we do cool down heading into the end of next week. We go from the upper 70s back into the lower 60s. Is it a super dramatic cool off? Not quite, but it is going to be noticeable for sure as temperatures have been very warm the last several days, still will be warm the next few days, but temperatures will fall back into the lower 60s by Thursday. So a little bit of a cool down on the way for the second half of the weekend. Again, maybe a few showers today. Rain and storms pretty much a guarantee by Saturday afternoon. Again, maybe a stronger storm in the mix, maybe a severe thunderstorm warning. Otherwise, typical general run-of-the-mill thunderstorms is what you can expect by Saturday. So let's go ahead and talk about the time change. I cannot believe it is already time for the time to be changing. Daylight saving time begins this weekend, so be sure to set your clocks forward 1 hour Saturday night before you head to bed. Of course, that is if you have any clocks that you still need to manually change, maybe on the stove, the microwave, or in your vehicle. It's also a great time to do some spring cleaning and some spring housekeeping, I should say. That includes changing your batteries in your smoke detectors, carbon monoxide detectors, as well as your weather radios, just to make sure all of those things are functioning correctly, because each one of those certainly life-saving devices. So let's go ahead and talk about some things happening across the Tennessee Valley this weekend, starting on Saturday. Looking at the annual rummage sale in Huntsville at the First Christian Church. That is from 6 a.m. until 12 p.m. The proceeds of that sale will go to their youth mission trip. Also on Saturday, Cars and Coffee happening in Summertown, Tennessee at Sugar Rush Bakery from 8 a.m. until 10 a.m. This is a free community event on Saturday. Men's breakfast happening in Savannah, Tennessee at the new Pleasant Grove Church. That starts at 8 a.m. The meal is free for those who show up. Another men's breakfast happening in Loretto, Tennessee at Remnant Church. That starts at 9 a.m. You can enjoy a meal as well as a message out there. Also on Saturday, the Spring Fling is back at Jubilee Gifts in Lawrenceburg from 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. Everyone who shows up will receive a free plant, and you can enjoy all kinds of gardening fun out there at that event. Fun Day is back at the Wayne County Bridal and Saddle Club from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. You can go out there to enjoy some vendors as well as some games. Sand and Strand happening at Woodland Park in Columbia. The name of this event will make sense in just a moment. From 10 a.m. until 12 p.m. You can create a sand bottle, so that's the sand part, as well as a bracelet, so that makes the strand part. This event is free to those who show up. Again, that's at Woodland Park in Columbia. There will be a community kite festival in Huntsville, Alabama at John Hunt Park from 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. That is also a free community-wide event. On Saturday, looking at the Fish Fry fundraiser at the Greater Faith Worship Center in Pulaski, Tennessee. That is from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. Plates for that event are $12. Cajun Bingo Night happening at Swampers in Florence, Alabama from 5 p.m. until 7 p.m. Entry is $30 for this event. Food will be served and there will be live music to follow. If you have any events going on in your community, be sure to send me an email to get that on the community calendar. The email's right there on your screen, Kelly at tnvalleyweather.com. I hope you have a wonderful Friday and a wonderful weekend.
You're watching the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel.